in the quiet village of Sarnapur, nestled between rolling hills and ancient temples, lived a humble family, the Sharmas. They were known for their kindness, generosity, and deep faith in the teachings of Buddha. Their simple life, filled with love and contentment, made them the envy of some in the village. However, their happiness did not go unnoticed by those with less pure intentions. According to ancient philosophy, Buddha had once warned of the evil eye, the negative energy sent by others fueled by jealousy or malice. He taught that while physical harm is visible, this unseen force can quietly disturb a family's peace, bringing misfortune and sorrow. The Sharmas were about to experience the weight of this ancient wisdom as a shadow cast its way upon their home. It all began when Ramesh Sharma, the father of the family, received unexpected good fortune. He inherited a small piece of land from a distant relative, allowing the family to prosper like never before. With this newfound wealth, they could improve their modest house, plant a bountiful garden, and send their children to better schools. Their joy seemed endless, and they gave thanks to Buddha for every blessing. Yet, with prosperity came the whispers. Some villagers, rather than celebrating their success, began to murmur about the Sharmas' sudden rise in fortune. One particular neighbor, Sumitra, who had long harbored jealousy towards the family, started visiting their home more frequently. She would compliment them lavishly, but always left with a strange, heavy silence lingering in the air. Her eyes would linger too long on their new possessions, and she would ask intrusive questions about their earnings. Within weeks, strange things began to happen in the Sharma household. Their crops, once thriving, began to wither without explanation. The children's health, usually robust, faltered, and the youngest, Meera, fell into a deep fever from which she struggled to recover. Ramesh's business, which had been flourishing, experienced sudden and inexplicable losses. The once joyous home was now filled with tension and despair. Radha, the mother, was deeply spiritual and believed in Buddha's teachings. She felt something unnatural was at play. She remembered the teachings of Buddha about the evil eye, how jealousy, when focused with intensity, could manifest into real harm. Radha had once heard that the remedy lay not in confronting the source of envy, but in fortifying the spirit and soul with wisdom and compassion. She turned to the village elder, a devout follower of Buddha's teachings, for guidance. The elder, a wise man named Vishwanath, listened carefully to Radha's plight. He explained, Buddha spoke of the evil eye not as a superstition, but as an expression of the malice people carry in their hearts. When someone harbors ill will towards another, especially when they mask it with false kindness, it can create negative energy that disrupts the harmony of the family. But remember, Buddha also taught that such forces only have power if we allow them to. Vishwanath suggested a series of rituals based on ancient Buddha teachings to cleanse the home and protect the family from further harm. He advised them to light lamps at dusk every evening, chant prayers for compassion and kindness, and most importantly, show no resentment towards those who had wronged them. Buddha believed that the cycle of negativity could only be broken by responding with love and forgiveness, not retaliation. Radha embraced these teachings wholeheartedly. She gathered the family each evening to meditate and offer prayers for peace, not just for themselves but for Sumitra and others in the village who might harbor jealousy. They planted a sacred Bodhi tree in their garden, symbolizing wisdom and protection, and placed an amulet of Buddha at the entrance of their home to guard against negative forces. Days passed, and slowly, things began to improve. Meera's fever broke and her health returned. The crops started to grow once more, and Ramesh found new opportunities to revive his business. The heavy, oppressive atmosphere that had once settled over their home seemed to lift, replaced by a sense of calm and lightness. Sumitra, meanwhile, began to keep her distance from the Sharmas. She had once thrived on their misfortunes, but now that her ill will was met with love and prayers, her power over them seemed to wane. Radha understood that it wasn't just the rituals that had cleansed their home, but but the deeper spiritual transformation they had undergone as a family. They had chosen to rise above envy, and in doing so they freed themselves from the weight of others' negativity. Conclusion. Buddha's ancient philosophy on the evil eye teaches that while jealousy and ill will may be directed at us, we hold the power to either let it harm us or rise above it. The Sharmas learned this the hard way but came out stronger. By turning to wisdom, love, and compassion instead of fear, they protected themselves not just from the envy of others, but from the corrosive effects of harboring resentment. As Buddha once said, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. The evil eye lost its grip on the Sharmas the moment they chose to live by this truth, reminding us that the greatest protection lies in our inner strength and kindness toward all, even those who wish us harm.